Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss with one of the very important business requirement in the warehouse and I will explain you here the improvements or we call this as an enhancements. Why we do the enhancements I will explain. When we have something standard, okay, any business process or any configurations in the system, or let's take real-time business process, and when we want to add some additional functionality in it, we call this is an enhancement process. Enhance the existing business process. Like similar we call optimization. For an example, we have the outbound delivery process, and when we perform the optimization, we have the different processes to perform the optimization technique with the outbound delivery process. We have the wave management, we have the different processes. Similar, in this today class I will explain you about the enhancement. What is enhancement? Actually, an enhancement is to add the additional functionality in the existing business process or the existing configuration in the system or in the even real-time warehouse businesses, okay, or in the warehouse management systems. What is a requirement? I will tell you here. So I will explain you on board, okay. So what is the business requirement and how we do the enhance this process? See here. So today our topic is enhancements. Enhancements. In the bracket we call improvements. Improvements in SAP extended warehouse management, okay, in EWM. Before ECC version 4.0 we have the different kind of enhancement techniques. Actually, before SAP ECC 4.0 version 4.0, okay, we had the implicit enhancements section or points. Still we have in the systems, but how it began I will explain you first, then I will tell you the real-time business requirement. So in the system we had, or still we have, user exits, okay, and after 4.0 we came to know the new concept here, which is the enhancement framework. So the user exit and enhancement framework, what is the differences? First we understand the differences in between an implicit enhancement section or point or the user exit, and then we will see the advantages we have with the enhancement framework. When we talk about the enhancement framework, behind it calls some kind of standards. For an example, we have here BTEs, business transaction events. It comes under the enhancement framework. So enhancement framework also contains BADIs, business add-ins, okay. Business add-ins, BTEs, or even user exits, all we use all these concept. We have the implicit enhancement section and point, explicit enhancement section or point. We use all these things in the enhancement. We use all these things to enhance the additional functionality of the business process. So with the user exit, the multiple implementations not possible actually, but multiple implementation will be possible with the BADIs, which comes under the enhancement framework. Why BADIs are very popular? Because suppose in the system we have multiple users, okay, like I, and we have the multiple colleagues, many users, they work remotely or like work with the like many users, okay. When we use the body, when we implement the body to enhance some kind of standard functionality, okay, this is nothing but a plugins. We call plugins. When we have something standard and we want something improve that, enhance that functionalities, we call this is the enhancements. One simple example I will give you. You have one motorcycle, okay? If you would like to enhance, you put some additional lights, LED lights, you put some additional silencers, okay, in that existing bike. You put some kind of more like handles. These things, improvement, additional things, when we add to with the existing, we call this as an enhancement. So BADI means business add-ins. This comes under the enhancement framework, okay. And the why BADIs are very popular, because suppose in the organization we have multiple users, okay. Suppose user 1, user 2, user 3, user 4. This is a simple example. If we implement the BADI means business, add-ins, add-ons or add-ins. Add-ins means plugins, okay. Suppose like you have a website, you want to add some more functionality, some chat functionality, some kind of additional, then you must include, or then you must integrate the plugins, okay. Like many plugins we have, free or like paid plugins. Like similar, suppose if you have one screen, SAP any screen, I want to add some additional buttons, I want to add some customizations, we may use user exit or we may use BADI. The benefit of the BADI is, suppose user 1, assume I'm the user 1. Today I have done some enhancement. I put some my own custom code to achieve some requirement. This is my, so I will put here months, I put here my own custom code. And transaction is, for an example, /n SCWM /monitor. So this code, the enhancement, this code will reflect only for me user, okay, and it will not interfere to the other users, okay. For an example, because multiple implementation will be possible. How? Suppose this is the BADI user 1, and here I did some like a method. We have some method. I implement this method and I put some my custom code in that method. Simple, okay. And this code will be executed at runtime and we achieve the requirement. Simple. If we have the another user 2, okay, suppose user 2, he can also implement the same method. Suppose method name is method or function 1. This is a standard method for an example. Same user can implement the same method multiple times, okay. Or another user also can use the same method and they can add their own custom logic in that. I can again use the same method, can implement, again I can add some own custom logic. Another user can also implement the same method that can add another custom business logic. Another user can implement the same method, which is the method 1, multiple times with the different business logics. So this is possible with the business add-ins. Business add-ins means we are going to enhance the functionality of the existing business or businesses. That is the benefit. See, method is 1, implement by different users multiple time with the different code, okay. Transaction code is same. That is a benefit of the implementation of the BADIs, okay. Now I will explain you about one of the real-time business requirement, okay, which I got. And how we achieve that? So improvement in EWM, okay, enhancement or improvement in EWM, okay. So the requirement is, suppose this, assume this is my warehouse, okay, this is my warehouse plant, okay. Plant is similar to the warehouse. Plant has final location, storage location, reception area, okay, outbound area. Warehouse has same, both are same, conceptual wise both are similar, okay. So suppose this is my warehouse, okay. I will put here Mans Nagar warehouse, okay. Name could be any 4 characters, okay. And we have the vendor. Okay, here we have the vendor or supplier. What we do? Simple process I will tell you. This is the 9020 location, which is the goods issue zone. This is the 9010 location, which is the reception area, where we receive the goods, unload the goods, okay. And we have here the door, here we also have the door. So the vendor sent us the good, we receive here the goods, okay. And then after receiving the good, we just place here, okay. And then after placing the good here, we sell to the customers, okay. So in that situation, why we require the enhancement, okay. This is a simple inbound delivery process. So we purchase a product from the vendor or supplier, simple process. I will not mention here any deconsolidation process oriented storage control, any value added services, okay, quality inspection, okay. So simple process, we take the product and we place to the final storage type. We purchase some product in the less price, okay, we add some price, okay, we sell to the customer, simple. We have some kind of percentage benefits in the business, for an example. Why we require enhancement here in that situation? Okay, so when we receive the product from the customers or from the vendor or supplier, okay, simple. So the vendor or supplier sent us the product. I will explain you here. Then we receive the product from the vendor or supplier. Then simply, how we got the product? Supplier or vendor sent us the truck, okay. Send the product from the trucks, okay. Let's assume this is a truck, okay. In our warehouse, we receive the product in the form of handling unit. Handling unit is even, okay. Handling unit, okay, full pallet. So handling unit, full pallet are same thing, okay. Handling unit, full pallet is same thing. This wooden or plastic base we call only pallet, okay. Wooden or plastic, this base we call only pallet. Full pallet means when we have the product on top of the entire pallet, we call this is the full HU. Simple. Full handling unit or full pallet, okay. Understand the business requirement. Why we did this enhancement with this business requirement related? Actually, whenever we receive, so recently our vendor started sending us the HU. Generally, in common business, warehouse business, we have the one barcode on top of handling unit, Okay, this is we call SSCC. SSCC means serial shipper container code. Very simple. Serial shipper container code. This is a container. HU is nothing but a container. HU is nothing but a box where we have the product. It's nothing but a container. Okay. So, what is the meaning of SSCC? Generally, whenever we receive the product from the vendor, we have the barcodes. Okay. On top on the HU. No, it's good. Okay, it's fine. Which is the serial shipper container code. Means this is the handling unit. This container ID. Because everything can be identified through the ID number. Okay, so generally vendor sent us. Okay, then we have the handling unit ID. Okay, this is the serial shipper container code. Okay, and in the form of barcode we receive that. Okay, but from the last week vendor started sent us, okay, the handling unit which is nothing but a container, okay, full pallet, full HU, along with the additional barcode. One more barcode vendor has started to sending us another barcode. Okay, so, or another example I will give you. Vendor also started sending us barcode like in the square format. Okay, we have nowadays some kind of barcodes, or in the format of like this, simple. Okay, so till last week we were receiving the multiple handling units and product from the vendor or supplier in the normal serial shipper container code, which is the handling unit ID. But from last week vendor sent us one more barcode. Okay, he sent us. So in that barcode we have additional information. So vendor said us, for an example, Mans. Now for your more flexibility, for more easiness purposes, along with the handling unit SSCC code, I will send you the product details, the batch number, lot number, quantity, material we have inside this box, quantity, everything I will send you. Okay, then you can analyze everything, then you will come to know, okay, we have this exact quantity, the batch, everything product inside this handling unit. And suppose we are dealing with the, for an example, food item. For an example, we are dealing with the food number. So for our benefits, for our easiness purpose, for our flexibility, vendor helps us, supplier helps us, supplier sends us the handling unit along with the serial shipper container code. This is the common, which is the handling unit ID, HUID, full pallet ID, okay, or handling unit ID. Also he put another barcodes. Okay, in that barcode we have, and suppose this is, assume that this is a product, food product, any food product. Okay, so food product could be like any kind of different food products. Okay, that has like a kind of some kind of toast, big another type, multiple things could be have here in the when we talk about the food products. Okay, or some kind of, we have the milk packets. Okay, milk packets which has like different expiration dates. So, and in that barcode we have The first thing, version. Okay, we call this as a variant. Variant means version. Suppose we have the different kind of mobile phones, same company. We have the different version. Okay, like something 1.3, something version we have. Version means additional functionality have been like added into that phone or like product. That's we call this is the variant. Different variants, we have the different kind of variants, different types of products, different types, different variants. Okay, so vendor sent us in this barcode we have different version, okay, which is nothing but a variant. Also we have quantity, means actual quantity means what is the product quantity we have inside this box, and we have here lot number or batch number. Okay, also we have here, we may see this is the handling unit ID, HUID, which is nothing but SSCC container codes. Okay, so we have the product or material. Okay, all these things we have in this only bar inside this barcode. Or suppose vendor said us we are going to send, or we want the barcodes, or we may have to create the barcodes, enhance the functionality. We need to create the barcodes from the standard or from the scratch. Even so, in that all the situation, if you receive the barcodes or you have to create the barcode, process would be the similar. So in this barcode only we have HUID. For an example, in this barcode we have the additional information of the product we have inside the handling unit. What we have now, suppose we deal with some kind of food product. Okay, it's cane product, some kind of different cane product. Okay, packed cane product. Okay, packed in a steel cane, we have that product. So if we have the food product, we must have the lot or batch number, because, or we call this is the shelf expiration date or best before date. So generally we have all this additional information like version, variant, quantity, batch, handling unit ID, product, what we have the product here, shelf expiration date or best before date, all we have information in this barcode. And we receive this barcode from the vendor or supplier, or we have to create this in the system. How we will manage? So before, till last week, for an example, okay, we had only this barcode. Okay, so it was very simple. So when we receive the product in our warehouse, I will do the zoom. Okay, you will see, then I will rub this and I will explain you more. See, okay, you can see this carefully. So we have all this information. Okay, friends, till last week we were receiving only this from the vendor or supplier, this HUID. Okay, but from the last week we got, or we started to receiving additional barcode which contains version, variant of the product. Variant contains the property when it developed, when it created, when it manufactured, the color, the type. Okay, variants, like we have the different variants of, for an example, jeans, pant, different variant, different size, different type. So these are the variants. So we have the quantity, batch, handling unit, product, shelf expiration date, best before date, because we are dealing with the food product. If you don't dealing with the food product, we will not have the like expiration date or best before date. Okay, so when we receive these type of barcodes, then how will we will manage into the warehouse business? So I will explain you here. I will explain you. It's simple, very simple. It's very simple, guys. How we will do this? So in that situation, suppose this is the warehouse building, okay? When we receive the product, unload the product at the reception. Let's take this is the 9010 goods receipt RECI zone, which is the temporary storage type, storage section, storage bin, okay? Temporary area or staging area. This is the staging area, or this is the reception area. Reception area, all are same, friends. So okay, here you can see, okay? So when we receive the product in our warehouse, we receive like this: HU and SSCC, serial shipper, container code, which is nothing but a HUID, because this is a container. Box is nothing but a container. If you buy a new shoes, you will open the box. The box is nothing but a simple example, okay? Because I relate the example with the real world. So shoes, if you will open the shoes or sandals, anything, you will have the box. If you have a mobile, if you open the box, this is nothing but a container, a small container, different kind of container. So HU is nothing but a container. At runtime, we consider this as a container. So that's why serial shipper container code, which is nothing but a HUID. But after last week, we have received additional barcode, which I explained you how we will handle with that. Generally what happens, common scenario I will tell you. So when we receive the product, okay, just a moment, I will do less zoom. Okay, so generally when we receive the product from the supplier or vendor, okay, in the form of handling unit, full pallet, okay, full HU, all are same thing. If I speak only pallet means base, wooden base or plastic base, because we put HU here on top of, it's capable to hold the heavy load, okay, of the material. That's why we call this is only pallet, and this entire is nothing but a container or handling unit, full HU or full pallet. So generally what happens, in our warehouse, when we receive the product from the supplier or vendor, okay, in the warehouse we have the warehouse resources, warehouse employees, warehouse workers. At the time of unloading the product, after unloading, they scan. How they scan? They scan from the RF devices. RF devices are similar to the mobile devices. RF devices sends a beam. So RF devices sends, it has the infrared beams, it sends to the barcodes. Okay, then when RF devices send the beam to the barcodes, then the beam will return to the RF screen, and then RF screen reads all the informations we have inside the barcodes. So barcodes RF screen send one infrared red color or infrared. Simple example I will give you. If you go to shopping mall, you purchase a biscuit packet, you put in front of the machine, it scans. How it scans? So RF screens, this is like technical side of the IoT side. I know the functionality technically, so I'm explaining you here briefly. So RF devices sends infrared rays because there's different kind of LEDs we have. Okay, light emitting diode. Okay, we call this as a LED, infrared, or this is an LED. So RF devices send the signals beam to the barcode. Then the beam will return back inside the infrared. Okay, infrared inside the RF machines. Then RF reads the entire detail we have inside the barcodes. So generally what happens, whenever in our warehouse, the warehouse workers, they receive the product, okay, they unload, they scan the HU, okay, then till we have normal, suppose this is a RF machine and this is the RF machine screen, RF machine device screen, or in SAP EWM / SCWM RFUI screen, where we have to log in with our username, default device like presentation device, we use standard ** or different, or we have here the warehouse number. So in the RF screen, RF device, I will give you another example here. Suppose this is your RF screen, RF device screen, okay? It's like your RF device screen. This is your RF device, okay? Some brand, it has, this is a RF device, okay? Here different one. In the default screen, when we received the till last week, but this business requirement we have additional to do the enhancement. From vendor we were receiving the handling unit, okay? So here we have only HU for an example. We have the actual quantity, okay? We have the more additional things, I can say product, or I can say like lot or batch, or quantity. Like quantity we have already, okay? So generally what we do here, generally we scan the handling unit, we put the HU detail here. If we have the quantity, we put here, product here, and barcode, batch number put here, and we unload, we perform the process, okay? Like then different processes like quality inspection, value-added services, or like put the final product into the hierarchy storage type, pallet storage type, bulk storage type, fast moving, slow moving, replenishment area, different processes. But from last week we getting started different barcodes, or we need to create this in the system, okay? So in that situation, I want some enhancement. I want one scan or skim button here on the RF screen, and one more area on the screen I want where I can put that, scan that barcode. So that's the beneficial for the business. So when we receive the HU with the SSC code and the different barcodes, the warehouse resource or workers at the time after unloading, they will scan all these things also together, okay? They will scan additional barcodes information together. So let's get started, deep dive into the how we do this and how the barcodes work, and here I will explain you some of the additional functionalities, okay? So I am going to change this board and I'm going to put another board. So you got the business requirement, right? So this is my another board here, you can see. I will explain you how I mention the business requirement enhancements. So first we see the brand name, LearnWithMans. Okay, my name is Mans Nagar. SAP EWM, RF devices, RFUI screen enhancements. So the first point, we understand barcode. Okay, we understand barcodes technically. Enhance screen of RFUI RF devices and business requirement. Whenever we receive the handling unit from the supplier vendor, we were not able to scan the barcodes full palette on handling unit. So how barcode works? We always see the barcodes. It contains the information. Okay, so always remember, we have the standards. All the different countries, we have the different types of barcodes or different barcodes standard. The website is, if you would like to check, GS1. Just put GS1. You will come to know different country specific barcodes standards. Okay. So we have first barcode, this barcode, which is SSCC. Okay, or we have two barcodes. For an example, I will explain it here. So first barcode, we have the we call some of the standard application ID. We call some standard barcodes alias. Alias means application ID standard prefixes or prefixes. If you see any barcode, take any barcode, you see some in bracket, you see 00, then some digits, then bracket 15, then down some digits, or like only digits, then two long line, then small digits like lines in the same size, then long lines, then some digits. Why we have this in the brackets? The brackets, we have the digits, these are the prefixes. It speaks something, it tells something about the barcodes, about the product. You will learn here today. So the first barcode, I will explain you this. So for the first barcode, we have bracket 02, then some number, then bracket 15, then some number, then 20, then some number, then 37. So 02 means, I will explain you this delimiter. What is the delimiter? But 02 means EAN. If you will see any barcode, if you see bracket 02, immediately you will understand EAN. EAN means European Article Number, means product or material detail. Okay. Another bracket you will see 15 for an example. That means best before date, or the product, food product, best before date. If you will see 20 in bracket 20, 20 means version or variant of the product, variant of the product. If you will see 37, 37 means quantity of the product. And I will explain you how one barcode contains all these informations, okay, which written by RF devices. If you see 00 in the bracket 00, I will explain you. That means serial number of the handling units or ID of the handling units, okay, which is the SSCC number, serial shipper container code. So these are the standard number, but if you go to GS1, all countries, they have the more different numbers, country wise, okay, areas wise, countries wise, okay. If you see prefix 10, 10 means batch or lot number, okay, 11 means serial number, okay, 21 means lot batch, 21 alphanumeric number, because batch number or lot number can contain alphabets and numbers also, okay. So in that situation, let's understand only first barcode, okay, then you will come to know another one. So we call one point here delimiter. Delimiter is like this is a special kind of symbols. What is this delimiter? Generally, when the warehouse workers, resources, or in the product, generally in the product, if you go to shopping mall, buy some product, when we scan the product or barcode, automatically system, if you have SAP system, automatically system captures this delimiter. Machine, this is a machine digits, some kind of machine digits. Okay, we call this as a delimiter. So in the enhancements configuration, we tell to system we don't want this actually. We need to tell to system in the configuration. That's why in my specialization classes I explain like this. We need to tell to the system this whenever in our warehouse, the warehouse workers, resources, they scan the product or handling unit, this delimiter should not be captured by the RF devices. So we do the configuration in the system. So the first understand first barcode. So I put some example like, so this is the line, okay, then I put the delimiter. This delimiter in the configuration, we tell to system we do not want this delimiter. Then 2 come into the picture, 02. And what is the meaning of the 02 means? 02 means this is the alias name, standard prefix name, application ID. Okay, 02 means here European article number, product or material detail, right? So here, then after you see all the detail, then you see the 15 in the bracket. 15 means best before shelf expiration date. Then you see 2026 0109 for an example. This is the shelf expiration date after 15. 15 denotes this, 02 denotes indicates this, 20 indicates 03, 37 indicates 7000. How? Then you see 20. 20 means version of the variant of the product. So 03 version of the product. Then you will see 37. 37 means quantity of the product. 37 means 7000 quantities we have in the one big full pallet. A small container code, like containers, food container, we have 7000 quantity, or if you want you can put here 1000, 2000, depends upon the quantity. So this is about the first barcode. So generally we need this barcode because vendor sent us this barcode, okay, additional barcode. So we need to configure, we need to scan this barcode in our warehouse at runtime. Come to the another barcode. So another barcode, okay, then bracket 00. What is the meaning of the 00? 00 means prefix, application ID or standard prefix, alias name. 00 means serial number of the handling unit, means serial shipper container code, serial number of the handling unit or handling unit ID or SSCC number we call in the short form. So 00. Another barcode we see 00. Then 00 denotes this. These digits are the serial number of the particular HU where the we have the barcodes. Then we see 10. 10 means batch or lot number of the product. 10 prefix indicates this is the batch or lot number of the product. Inside we have the HU. Okay, so let's see the RF screen. This is the RF screen. Okay, this is the RF screen. In the RF screen I added this button, and this is one input screen field. Okay, here you can see. I will do a little more zoom, then you will see more clearly, guys. Okay, see the RF screen. RF screen means, this RF screen means in the warehouse businesses, the warehouse workers, they will see this screen at runtime. And where we see that screen, okay, we will see that screen in the /n/SCWM, supply chain warehouse management /RFUI, radio frequency user interface transaction code. Okay, we will see this screen, the RFUI transaction code. In the warehouse, the businesses people, they see that screen on the RF devices. Okay, different brand we have the RF devices, different kind, different types, they will see here. Okay, so how the screen look like? Okay, the HU, the first screen has handling unit, which is the SSCC, means serial shipper container code or HUID. What is the prefix here or application ID here is 00. 00 indicates serial number of the handling unit or ID. Then we have the product. Product means here we have prefix 02. 02 means EN, European article number, product or material detail. Okay. Third field we have actual quantity. Actual quantity means the quantity we have, okay, inside the handling unit. Actual quantity or actual quantity we require, okay, or we have here. So actual quantity we have prefix 37. 37 means quantity of the product. Okay. Lot batch prefix 10. What is the prefix 10? 10 means batch or lot number of the product. Best before date prefix is 15. 15 means best before or shelf expiration date. I added one button here, okay, and then I put the barcode will be captured. So at run time the warehouse workers will be able to capture this details when they scan all the information. Now the RF screen development, coding, okay, process, enhancements, methods, functions, improvements, enhancement will come into the picture, okay, in the next phase. So till this we do this in the system, and you can visit www.learnwithmans.com. you can check like me order different social media platforms to gain the knowledge. Like, subscribe, okay, and this is about the, and then we must do the RF screens developments, okay, where we use the code, where we use a lots of functionality, okay. So this is the business requirement, and the delimiter is whenever the RF screens scan the product, it captures by the system, okay, okay. This captured by the system, okay. Prefixes automatically captured, so we need in the configuration we'll tell to system we don't require this, we require these things only. After delimiter we require all these things, okay. We must tell to the system, and also visit to GS1, okay, see the different barcodes. And please, if you have any doubt, you may comment me, you can message me, you can mail me, okay. I am always for your help, okay, if you have any doubt. And then after this part the development will come into the picture, codings or like more enhancement. Thank you very much guys, see you next.